What if I told you that some of America's once thriving states are now on the verge of economic and social collapse? These states, once considered prime locations to live, work, and build a future, are now facing an uncertain fate. Once booming cities are seeing businesses shut down, neighborhoods empty out, and infrastructure crumble. The cost of living is spiraling out of control, job opportunities are dwindling, and thousands of residents are packing up and leaving in search of a better life elsewhere. If you're thinking about relocating to one of these states, consider this your warning. In this video, 10 fastest collapsing states in the United States. Leave now. We'll explore why these states are collapsing at an alarming rate. Stick around to see if your state made the list. Let's dive in. Number 10. California. California, known for its stunning coastlines and booming tech industry, is now facing an economic downturn like never before. The state is experiencing the fastest recession in the nation, primarily due to a major slowdown in the tech sector. In 2023 alone, over 78,000 tech workers lost their jobs, drastically reducing high-paying employment opportunities and cutting into state tax revenue. To make matters worse, the number of new companies going public has plummeted from 119 in 2020 to just 25 in 2023. Adding to its woes, California is grappling with a staggering $38 billion budget deficit, and lawmakers are scrambling to find solutions. Unemployment has risen to 4.8%, well above the national average of 3.9%. The job market is shifting towards lower-wage sectors, leaving many skilled professionals struggling. On top of economic troubles, California's population is declining as residents flee high living costs. While a slight uptick in population is expected in 2024 due to international migration, many locals are still opting to move elsewhere. Number 9. New York. The Empire State, once the heart of economic prosperity, is now losing residents at a record pace. Between 2021 and 2022, nearly 880,000 people left New York, a staggering 1% decline in just a single year. One of the main culprits? The state's crushing tax burden. With a total tax rate of around 12.5% compared to just 5% in states like Alaska, many residents simply can't afford to stay. New York's cost of living is another major deterrent. The overall living index sits at 125, while housing costs soar to an index of 173. The median home price reached $819,900 in 2023, nearly $400,000 above the national median. The economy is also struggling. From 2009 to 2017, the state's GDP growth was just 12.7%, far behind the national average of 16.8%. Job losses have hit hard, especially in social services, education, and public safety, making New York a challenging place to thrive. Number 8. West Virginia. Nestled in the Appalachian Mountains, West Virginia is facing some of the worst economic and healthcare challenges in the nation. In 2024, about 10,000 people left the state in search of better opportunities, reducing the population to just 1.78 million. Healthcare access remains a severe issue, with the state ranking dead last in overall healthcare quality. Rural communities struggle with a lack of doctors and nurses, leading to longer wait times and poorer health outcomes. The economy isn't faring much better. West Virginia ranks as the 4th poorest state, with a 16.8% poverty rate and one of the lowest median household incomes in the country, at just $48,800. Additionally, the state's housing market remains stagnant due to economic instability and population decline. Number 7. Washington. Washington, known for its booming tech industry and natural beauty, is experiencing significant setbacks. Tech giants like Amazon and Microsoft have undergone massive layoffs, impacting an industry that makes up 22% of the state's economy. With thousands of high-paying jobs lost, the ripple effects are being felt across the housing market, retail sector, and local businesses that rely on tech workers' spending power. The housing market is also cooling, with fewer home sales and rising interest rates making it difficult for new buyers. The average home price sits at $591,000, making homeownership unattainable for many middle-class families. Rent prices remain high, forcing residents to spend a disproportionate amount of their income on housing. Inflation has further worsened financial conditions, with grocery, fuel, and utility costs soaring over the past year. Many longtime residents are now considering moving to more affordable states, leading to an outflow of population. State budget concerns linger as well, with spending cuts in public services dating back to the Great Recession still affecting residents. Washington's economy is also feeling the effects of global instability, such as supply chain disruptions and increased costs due to geopolitical events. Homelessness and crime have also become significant issues, particularly in Seattle, where rising housing costs and a struggling mental health system have contributed to an increase in tent encampments and crime rates. Public transportation reliability has declined, and traffic congestion remains a daily frustration for commuters. If these issues continue unchecked, Washington's economic future could be at serious risk. Number 6. Illinois. Illinois is seeing a massive population drop, with over 100,000 residents leaving in the past year alone. Chicago, the state's largest city, is at the heart of this decline, experiencing a combination of economic stagnation, rising crime, and high living costs. Once a major hub for business and culture, Chicago is now struggling to retain residents and attract new investments. One major factor is Illinois' heavy tax burden, one of the highest in the nation. Property taxes in Illinois are among the steepest in the U.S., and nearly 40% of Chicago residents who move out cite financial difficulties as their primary reason for leaving. The cost of living continues to rise, but wages have not kept pace, forcing many to relocate to lower tax states like Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. Economic challenges are further worsened by high corporate taxes and strict regulations, pushing major businesses like Citadel, Boeing, and Caterpillar to relocate. The departure of these companies has resulted in job losses and a weakened business environment. Crime rates, particularly in Chicago, are also a growing concern, making the state less attractive to both businesses and families. Violent crime and carjackings have surged, leaving residents feeling unsafe and discouraging tourism and investment in the city. Additionally, Illinois is grappling with significant debt and pension liabilities, placing further strain on the state budget. Decades of financial mismanagement have led to persistent budget shortfalls, forcing cuts in education, healthcare, and infrastructure projects. Many residents believe the state government has failed to address key issues, leading to growing dissatisfaction and further fueling the exodus from Illinois. If these challenges continue, the state risks losing even more of its tax base and economic strength in the coming years. Number 5. Texas. Despite its reputation for economic strength, Texas is facing major challenges due to its dependence on the oil and gas industry. Fluctuating oil prices have led to job losses and budget shortfalls. The housing market is also cooling as rising interest rates make home ownership more difficult. Inflation has further squeezed household budgets, driving up the cost of living. While Texas has seen economic growth in recent years, rising unemployment and slowed job creation signal troubling times ahead. Adding to its struggles, Texas is experiencing a rise in extreme weather events, including hurricanes and winter storms, which have placed significant stress on infrastructure and emergency response systems. The state's electric grid failures in recent years have raised concerns about long-term sustainability, further pushing residents to reconsider living there. Crime rates are also on the rise, particularly in major cities like Houston and Dallas, where violent crime has become a growing concern. Additionally, increasing tensions over border security and immigration policies have led to political instability, creating uncertainty for businesses and residents alike. Number 4. New Jersey. New Jersey is struggling with a declining workforce and economic instability. Over the past decade, the state has lost an average of 20,000 residents annually, including many college graduates seeking better opportunities elsewhere. The job market is stagnating, with unemployment rising from 3.4% to 4.7% in 2023. Budget issues persist due to heavy reliance on one-time revenues and borrowing, leaving New Jersey financially vulnerable. Additionally, New Jersey has one of the highest property tax rates in the country, making home ownership affordably for many middle-class families. Residents are fleeing to lower tax states like Florida and Pennsylvania, further draining the state's economic base and creating long-term financial uncertainty. Traffic congestion and outdated infrastructure further add to New Jersey's struggles. With some of the worst commute times in the country, businesses are finding it increasingly difficult to attract talent, while residents are growing frustrated with deteriorating road conditions and underfunded public transportation systems. Number 3. Rhode Island. Despite its small size, Rhode Island is facing a major affordability crisis. Business regulations and high taxes have driven companies away, limiting job opportunities. Educational shortcomings further weaken the state's workforce, and many residents are choosing to relocate to states with stronger economies and lower costs of living. The population decline continues as a result. Tourism, one of Rhode Island's key industries, has also taken a hit, with fewer visitors contributing to the local economy. The combination of high unemployment and an aging population has put additional strain on public services, making it harder for the state to recover from its economic downturn. Another pressing issue is the state's ongoing housing crisis. Home prices and rental rates have skyrocketed in recent years, making it increasingly difficult for lower-income families to find affordable housing. Homelessness is on the rise, and the state's limited resources are struggling to keep up with the demand for assistance. Number 2. Louisiana. Louisiana is facing severe economic decline, with high poverty rates, struggling job markets, and an exodus of residents. The state's economy relies heavily on tourism and oil, both of which have been hit hard in recent years. Crime rates in cities like New Orleans and Baton Rouge continue to rise, making safety a major concern. Infrastructure problems, including poorly maintained roads and flooding risks, further contribute to the state's struggles. The state's public education system also ranks among the worst in the nation, leading many families to relocate in search of better opportunities for their children. Louisiana struggles with environmental issues, including coastal erosion and hurricane damage, have only worsened its economic challenges. Additionally, Louisiana's political instability and corruption have further weakened public trust in leadership. Government mismanagement of disaster relief funds and economic development projects has prevented much-needed progress, leaving residents with little confidence in the state's ability to recover. Number 1. Mississippi. Mississippi ranks as the poorest state in the U.S., with the lowest median household income at just $46,500. The economy is sluggish, and educational opportunities are limited, causing many young professionals to leave. Healthcare access is also a major problem, with hospitals closing due to financial struggles. Population decline and economic instability make Mississippi the fastest collapsing state in the country. Furthermore, Mississippi has one of the lowest workforce participation rates in the nation, meaning fewer residents are employed or actively seeking work. The state's reliance on agriculture and manufacturing, industries that are rapidly evolving due to automation, has left many workers without stable employment opportunities. Racial and economic disparities continue to hinder progress in Mississippi, with rural communities lacking basic infrastructure, internet access, and quality schools. Without significant investment in modernization and workforce development, Mississippi faces a bleak economic future. These states are struggling with economic downturns, high costs of living, and declining populations. If you live in one of these states, you might be experiencing these challenges firsthand. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth content on the biggest issues affecting America today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.